This video contains content that may be confronting.
One of Australia's worst ever paedophiles has been sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole for 27 years after confessing to raping and abusing scores of girls in childcare centres across Australia and overseas. Well, joining us live now from Brisbane, our reporter Talissa Siganto. Talissa, take us through what has happened.
Good afternoon. Well, Ashley Paul Griffith has just learned his punishment. As you said, Judge Paul Smith has handed him a life sentence. Now, this comes a couple of months after he pleaded guilty to more than 300 offences. Those included multiple counts of rape and making child exploitation material. Now, this offending took place over almost 20 years between 2003 and 2022, and it involved 69 young girls aged between 2 and 7 years old. It also happened in early learning centres, the bulk of those offences in Brisbane and some overseas in Italy as well. Now, as you can imagine, a lot of the details in this case are far too graphic to repeat. And what we do know, what we heard in court, that he was very calculated in this offending, and he used his power and his position as a childcare educator to isolate these children. Now, all of those things wrapped together, this abuse of power was something Judge Paul Smith took into consideration. He described these crimes as depraved and abhorrent, and that is why he's handed him this maximum sentence of life. He's also increased the non-parole eligibility date. So generally in Queensland for these types of crimes it would be 15 years. That's been increased to 27.
And Talissa, has there been any reaction from the victims' families?
So as the sentence was being handed down, Ashley Griffith himself didn't react at all, really. He stayed pretty front-facing. There was nothing from him, but behind him in a very packed gallery were a lot of his victims' parents, some of the victims as well, who are now adults, and they were very much elated. Some of them cheered into the air, they were smiling, they were crying. As he was being led away, they actually yelled out, well, some actually yelled out some profanities at him. Outside of court, we did have some family members who did want to speak to us, and they said that they do feel that the justice has been served. They are happy that it was the maximum sentence, despite still being upset about the things that have happened to their children. They do believe that they can feel some sort of closure, being able to tell them that he'll be in jail for a very long time.